Thank you for staying with us. It's time now to take a look at stories making headlines on the front page of Nigerian newspapers. And I begin with the Nation newspaper. The major story here: peaceful protests in Lagos, Rivers, Plateau, Oyo, Osun. And the riders there: curfew in Kano, Borno, Yobe. 11 killed in 4 states. No protest in Ekiti, Ebonyi, Abia, Anambra, Kwara, Kogi, Kebbi, Akwa Ibom, Benue, Ondo. Police disperse demonstrators in Abuja. And there are talks about looting in Kano, Edo, Gombe, violence in Kano, Gombe, Borno, Niger, Yobe, Jigawa. And the president and the minister of the FCT's meeting yesterday. Police station raised in Abuja. Some stories. The economy suffers multi-billion naira losses today of protests. That's what an expert is saying. Some stories on the front page of the Nation newspaper. We'll move now to the Nigerian News Direct. Hashtag End Bad Governance Protest rocks Lagos, Ibadan, Abuja, others on day 1 of demonstration. The rider there, as Wike says, security agencies uncover senator sponsoring protest. Protesters burned police station along Abuja Kefi Road, stormed Buhari's residence, Emir's Palace in Daura. And that's the picture story there. And another story quickly. Protest stock market records highest daily loss. Electricity subsidy gulps 633 billion naira in first quarter. At the top corner, CBN delay in providing market guidance triggered naira fall. Afri-Investor. It's an Afri-Invest report. Igwe eviction threat. Atiku condemns hate speech, calls for prosecution of promoters. Some stories on the front page of the Nigerian News Direct. To the Daily News Hub now. Day of rage, sorrow, tears, blood as Nigerians protest against hunger. The riders there: Boko Haram infiltrates protesters in Borno, kills 4, injures 34. 3 feared killed, many injured in Kaduna. Protesters burn NSCDC vehicle, vandalized properties in Katsina. Protesters go wild as police fire tear gas, gunshots in Borno. Police fire tear gas at protesters in Abuja, injure many. Curfew imposed in Borno, Kano amid hunger protests. Hoodlums loot, vandalized NCC building in Kano. Security operatives battle hoodlums in Abuja. Mother with baby confront police after tear gas, pepper spray used on protesters. Protesters raise KASTLE office, loot property in Kaduna. And protesters set bonfire in front of Kano government house. Police arrest journalists, protesters in Calabar. Hunger protests will continue until Tinubu accedes to our demands. That's what the protesters are saying. And pro-Tinubu protesters storm Kano streets. Another story here. Hashtag End bad governance in Nigeria. Protesters shout down minister at Eagle Square. And WhatsApp may exit Nigeria over $220 million fine. At the top corner, running Edo State beyond Okwebolo's capacity. That's what a group has said. And then we move to the front page of the First News newspaper. August protest heats up. Restrictions, threats, warnings intensify. Organizers reject IGP's confined protest proposal. And, all right. Hunger, federal government sells 50 kg rice at 40,000. All right, we move quickly now to the Daily Trust newspaper. Day 1 of protest, death, destruction in some states. Kano, Borno, Yobe, Katsina governments impose curfew. Police arrest journalists, tear gas protesters. Pro-anti-demonstrators clash in Abuja. No rally in Southeast Ekiti, Benue, Kogi. And that's the picture story there. 2,390 displaced as Boko Haram attacks Yobe community. Kidnappers chase FCT residents from farms, steal 3 bikes. And those are some of the story on the front page of the Daily Trust. Alamdi.
begin here with the Vanguard. The major story still 14 killed as Yobe, Kano, Borno declare curfew. 6 protesters die in Suleja, Niger State. 4 killed at a filling station in Maiduguri. Protest turns violent in Kaduna. 3 killed, many injured. Police accuse Shiites of hijacking protests. Businessman killed in Kebbi, Kano, Yobe declare curfew. Military takes over Abuja Kubwa Highway as protesters go violent, extort motorists, others. Protesters list 15 points demand to stop agitation. We are ready for dialogue, FCT Minister Wike says. Tinubu, Wike also meet in Aso-Rock. Commercial activities halted as pro-anti-government groups clash in Lagos State. Security agencies uncover senator sponsoring Abuja protesters, according to the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike. LPPC elevated Bani Unduka Professor Care, 84 orders to Senior Advocate of Nigeria rank, and NBA set up free legal help desk for protesters. The major stories on the front page of the Vanguard. To the Punch, 17 fared killed as firms, others count huge losses. 10 killed in Niger, Borno, 7 in Kano, others. Federal government complex looted, APC secretariat raised, OPS counts losses as banks, port offices shut. Federal government begs protesters as NBA also offers free legal services to the same protesters. Dangote refinery to go up 1.7 trillion naira crude monthly. Another story here says AFDB okays $500 million fresh loan for Nigeria. Police arrest 6, exhumed body of Ekiti University ex-DVC. The major stories on the front page of the Punch. To the Guardian, concerns as protests turn violent in North. Governors impose curfew. Ondo Ekiti residents shun protests. Low turnout in Ogun State. Nigerians accuse NCC telcos of internet blockade. CPP calls for suspension of protests as stock market sheds 235 billion naira. Review harsh economic policies address Nigerians. PDP tells Tinubu cost of healthy diet rises by 45% in 6 months. The major stories on the front page of The Guardian. To the Voice of Liberty, Sultan appeals for calm prayers, more restraints, cautioned Nigerians. Hunger protesters heckle minister at Eagles Square in Abuja. Reverse protesters reject President Tinubu's new national anthem, Sing Arise, O Compatriots. On day 1 of the hardship protests, 6 protesters shot dead, others injured in Niger. Christians guard Muslims during prayer amidst joint protest. Governor Ubasani denies imposing curfew in Kaduna. Well, these are the major stories on the front page of the Voice of Liberty. To the Salient Times. Violence, killings, lootings, arson as NBAD governance protests turns rather there says miscreants burned down to far local government area in Niger. Borno, Kano, Kaduna, Yobe governments declared 24-hour curfew. Protesters breach security, gain access to Kano government house. Storms Buhari, Emir's residence in Daura. Protest paralyzes interstate transport in Lagos. A picture story here shows some hoodlums and recovered items looted in some shops and parts of Kano State under the guise of hardship protests just yesterday. APC headquarters burned down in Jigawa. Police arrest 6 suspects over kidnap murder of former EXU deputy vice chancellor. Security operatives uncover senator sponsoring the protests. Security operatives also arrest looters, recover stolen items in Kano. Well, these are the major stories on the front page of the Salient Times. Veronica.
Well, I believe that our viewers have been updated. the major stories making headlines, of course, is the protests, day one of the protests, just a review of the one of the protests. But another story that seemed to have, trended yesterday is the talk about the possibility of WhatsApp exiting Nigeria over a $220 million fine that was imposed by the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission over data privacy breach. And they are saying, as WhatsApp is saying, that it's unfair to them. But then the FCCPC has said that it's a way of them, it's a ploy for them to get the Nigerians to speak about these issues, but that they need to address the matter. Was there a data privacy breach? How are they handling it? And because of that, that was why they were fined. But Nigerians have been speaking to that as well, aside the protest, saying if WhatsApp leaves Nigeria, they may not be able to. What happens to them?
And that's why we have, from the onset, been advocating for locally owned, those kind of innovation ourselves, so we do not have to rely on things like that or just be at the mercy of those who may be trying to take advantage of some of our data rights and all that, so accessing some of our privacies. So I don't think there's really any cause for alarm to an extent because what the FCCPC is saying that they're only directing WhatsApp to cease sharing data with other Facebook companies. Have you noticed that most times our data is now synchronized to that? Sometimes you do not have to even sign up on other apps because it's just one company that controls. Yes. And when we look at the fact that when they go to other countries, they abide by most of these guidelines, it should not really be an issue for the FCCPC to find them if they find out they are in breach of that contract.
So that's why the FCCPC is saying that they are just trying to by the sentiments of the people. And so what is important is that did they breach? Was there a data privacy breach? And if there was, then you have to pay the fine.
What I'm saying here is that even Meta used to pay Texas $1.4 billion for biometric data breach. So it's not just a Nigerian thing alone.
So, but there are some persons who perhaps are saying that government is too money focused, and that should not be the issue. But then, if you look at if you broke the law, then you should pay the fine. That's what is expected. But interest will always come to play, and that is why it is being said that some of these companies take advantage of us because interests come to play, and some persons, things just not happen the way it should be. But we'll leave the conversation here now.